dun 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 dun. Boom. Hey everybody. Oh man, it's a good starting screen. I like that. Hey Spooky. Hey Billy. Oh man, it's been a while. Been a couple weeks. So I rearranged. I know Spooky saw on Instantgram, but I rearranged the desk, which from your end looks exactly the same, but on my end, there used to be a monitor over here. Now it's way over here, but the webcam is still here. So when I'm looking at stuff, I'm looking way, way over. But it's exciting because we got to the rescue. But we've got play with the levels a little bit while we're chit-chatting. It's exciting because I got the little TV VCR combo hooked up with the Super Nintendo, and frankly, obviously anything I want to hook up to it. So I'm excited. I think just because of copyright issues, we'll probably end up doing more and more old school. Okay. The webcam froze on my side for a second there. I don't know if it froze on yours, but sorry, I'm just trying to clean up a little bit. I like a tidy space when I'm live streaming. Not so claustrophobic. Point is live streams will probably start turning into more. Thank you, Spooky. Next time when we do movie streams, can we do a little 1993 movie called High Kicks? Is it public domain? Because it has to be public domain. But in any case, excitingly, we will be doing some old school video game live streaming, I suspect, in the near future, and no longer through emulators. We will be doing it through authentic hardware, and it is on public domain. I'll have to look into it. You don't hear too many 1993 movies be in public domain, but it does happen. Let me put it on my list. Where did that list go? There it is. There. It's a shot on video movie. Sounds right up our alley. Unbelievable. Do things look okay on everybody's side? I'm getting an error that says YouTube is not receiving enough video to maintain smooth streaming. What does that mean? Looks fine. I don't get it. I don't get these weird errors I get. Yes, the blessing and the curse that is shot on video movies, believe me. So I suppose, are we talking... Oh, for a second I thought you were talking about Lady Sovereign when you said SOV. The SOV! But no, shot on video. I suppose we should probably just start getting in to the watch party. We left off on... I forgot to turn it on here. We're getting dialed in here. Donna Michelle tapes. I don't believe so. And by the way, with the new, with having the little CRT TV here, that is a combo VCR TV with the Super Nintendo hooked up and all that good stuff. I'll probably, instead of streaming it from the VCR all the way over there, I'll probably do it right from here, which, once again, it doesn't really affect your guys' experience, but it's more a little how the soup is made or how the sausage is made of making things a little more, make things make sense a little bit more for me. And then I can watch it right here, which I think is awesome. No, I did not ever get a working beta. To be honest, things keep rolling forward, and after however many I bought, I think I have 3 still in the basement. One I threw away because it was beyond hope. But yeah, I've just honestly I haven't worried too much about it. There's so much else to do, but someday. Okay, wait. Here, let's do this. Boom. And we'll want to make sure the levels are okay. I rewound it a little bit.
This side club room, that's the way to the secret exit.
Okay, so the show's coming in at about negative 15 decibels. That's for me to hear. Capitan, welcome, as always.
They've gone. They've taken their equipment.
So we watched this part last week. This is the end of last week's episode, where oh my gosh, Gene Autry was about to explode after singing in a secret phantom recording studio in the barn, as I recall, right? Next week, Chapter 5, Beneath the Earth. It's here. Look at it. We didn't have to wait long. Can I get this a little bit? Maria, oh, we got to get back into the swing here. To the rescue, Professor Beatson, grade A asshole. In his secret search for radium, Gene Autry singing Cowboy. Oh man, I forgot how crazy this was. Xena, it's okay. Our parakeet was flipping out for a second. Sadly, you didn't make a mix of the musical scenes we had. Yeah. Oh, Betsy and Frankie, remember that? Their dad got killed, and now they're helping Gene. We got a ways to go, so we did 4 episodes. So we got...
I bet you must have taken Gene out to our secret passage. Yeah, the door is locked. Why? I locked it. They'll be blown to pieces. We'll have to rescue them.
We're gonna have to rescue them. To the rescue! We got a to the rescue just minutes in. Come on, we gotta save Gene Autry from getting exploded. Because, you know, contractually, he has to sing a song on the radio every day.
The Thunder Riders sure came to the rescue that time. Tell us what happened. We'll tell you later. We've got to find some way to make our broadcast tomorrow. If we don't, Gene will lose his contract.
And we'll lose Radio Red.
What about our secret clubhouse in Thunder Canyon? Good, but how do we get the equipment there? Leave that to the Thunder Riders Club. The trick now is to get you away from those scientists. Here, fellas. They spotted you already. Come on.
Lousy scientists. All they want is their precious radium. They don't care about singing cowboys and Radio Ranch and whatnot.
Autry's a fugitive from justice. I don't think anyone would blame us if he were to be shot.
They're just super cool with killing people to get their radium.
Lead him past those horses. I'll drop off.
Jeez.
All three of those kids could have disappeared is beyond me.
They must have ducked down gopher holes.
Now, when they come in, let me do the talking. We want to
So
show
that was
them
it.
that we really
All right.
know how to run a club. Welcome, travelers, to a meeting of the Junior Thunder Riders Club, thrown open to you on the face of a great emergency. Gentlemen, the honor and integrity of our club is at stake. We have a mission to
What am I
perform.
sipping on? Oh,
Without the
God.
assistance of you two intelligent gentlemen,
I
it is
decided
doomed
to
failure.
try to make something
take it
with
over
just
to
what I
Secret
had
City.
around
Where do you
the
want us to take it?
house, and it did not go great.
Now, the creed of our organization.
It's orange
to assist others
Fanta
who are in
and
distress.
peppermint schnapps,
Our motto
which
is
I will
direct.
say, it's not
Now, we
as
must help our friends
bad as that
Gene Autry's
sounds.
next
It's
broadcast.
much better than I
We want
expected
you
it to
take
be,
the
but
broadcasting
it's weird.
equipment to the secret clubhouse in Thunder Canyon. Will you do it?
Sure, Frankie.
Good.
Why didn't you say that's what you want?
Now, first, you have to get the wagon and take it to the secret exit of the clubhouse. And then,
What were those two guys' names? I can't remember now. These two, the goofballs. That's
Oscar, where are you? Here I am. Well, what are you doing?
Oscar and Pete.
I'm disguising myself. Here's yours. Put 'em on. Well, put 'em on. They told us to keep it a secret, didn't they? Yeah, but maybe they... Maybe nothing. How are we going to be a secret if we ain't a secret? Now put 'em on.
Oh, I suppose.
Friends of Radio Land, this is Oscar. And that's Pete. Oh, the duck went quack and the cow went moo. And the old tomcat sure raised an awful row. Oh, the little pig's squeal and the billy goat bad and the
I feel like these two
bullfrog
did not get a script. They just told him, okay, here's the idea, just be goofballs for 2 minutes. Deep beneath the Earth's surface. Oh yeah. This is the stuff I'm all about.
Gene Autry.
Yes, Your Majesty.
Ugh, this is, I don't want this to be a to the rescue. Well, maybe.
We are rid of Autry and he can no longer
We'll think about it. I
broadcast.
do like the idea of
Radio Ranch
a
will
to the
become
rescue
deserted.
drink. This I feel like I'm gonna pay for in the gutty works. So I don't know if I want I don't want the official
Lieutenant,
hat hole drink
Gene Autry is now at a shack
to
in
be
Thunder Canyon.
something
Lead
this
your riders
disgusting.
there and capture him. Remember, if you fail, you
But we'll
tell
see.
him
Maybe
you're
by
in.
the
And
maybe
your
by the
life
bottom of the
becomes
glass
full.
I'll have a different
You
opinion.
understand?
You never know.
Yes, Your Majesty.
Just a minute, Lieutenant, and you'll see the exact location of the shack. Transfer
That's what
the
she
view
said.
of the shack to the Thunder Guard screen.
Very good, Your Majesty.
Thunder Guards, alert!
Quack, welcome. Welcome, Quack. Oh, that lousy robot. I love how I feel like they only had a fraction of a second of that robot footage because they always cut to it and we see it for like a flash. You're barely late. We just started. Don't worry about it.
Gene! Even the long-eared jackass was
You
there.
had scared for a minute.
Where's the radio equipment? Pete and Oscar are bringing it up. Pete and Oscar? Yeah, we made them honorary members of our club. Oh. Thunder.
Thunder.
It's the Thunder Riders.
Oh my. All right, lock the door. There's no way they can get in.
They're coming in. Get in there and hide.
Yep, that'll fool them.
More surface men approach. We cannot allow anyone to interfere with our mission. After them.
Flamethrower swords. All right. I'm down. 1935. They had a flamethrower sword.
No clouds. Yeah, but that was thunder. Get out.
The Thunder Riders. This might mean trouble. We better go back. Just when we have us in the palm of our hand? No. They must have seen the Thunder Rider. We're not going to let them scare us out.
Why wouldn't the Thunder Riders scare you out? Or whatever he said. He said scare us out, right? That looks phallic. I'm just gonna say it. Oh my. Come on, Gene. Get his mask off. He can't breathe our air. Yes. No.
Quick, help me change clothes with this fella. It's the only way to save you from the others. They're coming back. What if they find you out? They won't. I'll lead them away and come back after you later. Don't let him get away.
Where's Gene Autry?
He escaped.
Assist the lieutenant. The Queen would be very disappointed if he should not return for his punishment.
Logically, wouldn't Gene Autry not be able to be breathing in that mask? Because it's the atmosphere of the Mirandians. I forget what they're called. Uh-oh, we got an eBay. Another eBay. This always happens when we're live streaming.
Then they'll have to go to their underground kingdom with them.
American Gladiators on Super
Come on, we gotta
Nintendo.
get back and watch our prisoner.
$10 free shipping.
He's gone.
ends in 9 minutes. I don't know. Seems a little steep to me. I feel like I would jump on 7? 10 is too much.
I do not blame you, Lieutenant Paul, for trying to escape the fate that awaits you. Advance!
The Queen desires your presence at once, sir.
Oh, I bet. Whoa! So this should just kill Gene Autry, right?
Won't you take off your helmet and get a breath of real air? Disgrace does not care to show his face.
But the mask isn't simulating surface atmosphere. The mask is simulating the underground atmosphere.
Clear the way, an officer of the Royal Guard. A prisoner of the realm, under guard.
Is it because you have only one life to lose you insult me in my throne room? You dare to wear your oxygen helmet in my presence?
Yes, but I...
Off with his helmet!
Your Majesty, Lieutenant Paul.
Off with his helmet.
I beg.
Gene Autry, a surface man in Urania. Welcome. How do you like our world?
Well, I think the dampness and dead air of your land is more suited to rats and moles.
Yes?
It's nice.
You interest me. Go on.
He shouldn't be able to breathe this air.
I sing about horses and sunshine and the plains. Well, how could anybody sing about those things here? Kind of makes you feel good to sing, you know.
You are indeed a brave man. Now let us see whether you are also a wise one. At ease. Come with me.
You want that vest? It's a bold fashion choice, I'll say that.
You have referred to your sunlight and plains. Now let me prove that they are not all that is worthwhile. You may start. Radium resistance elevation. Do you have that in your surface world? C. In Urania, we have mechanical men for all our labor. My subjects devote their time to thought, to advancing
They had
their
3
minds.
robot suits in one shot right there. That's impressive. I thought they honestly maybe made 1, maybe 2. I think we
Keep
saw
your
2.
eyes. He is from your world. We have none of that here. There are friends of yours. They may become beggars.
Well, I guess we better go back to Radio Ranch and see if we can find out anything with our directions finder in the laboratory.
Frankie, Betsy.
That's right. Speak to them.
Speak to them.
The death chamber. There's where you'll be in 5 minutes. You are the first surface man
There's
to
the
invade
death
our
chamber.
empire.
There's
And
where
your
you'll
knowledge of
be.
Uranium must die with you. Take him away.
Yeah, those robots were like a 1935 Blue Man's group.
My dear Argo, you may
The Silver
personally
Man's
build up
group.
the voltage.
You honor me.
Oh, now remember, this dude has been double-crossing the Queen, and he's been taking people that were supposed to go to the death chamber, and he's been secretly saving them and building an army.
The prisoner is in the death chamber. All is prepared.
Build up 200,000 volts for the chamber of death.
Yes.
Execute.
Whoa! It was 1935. That hand gesture meant something different back then. Holy cow, what a cliffhanger! Disaster from the Skies, Episode 6. They were so good at cliffhangers back then. Morania, located thousands of feet below the Earth, is rich in radioactivity. Queen Tika, holding surface people in contempt, jealously guards, blah blah blah. Gene Autry discovers the underground city is condemned to the death chamber. Frankie and Betsy, on the Earth's surface, are trying to locate Audrey. Cuts the bottom off. Argo, plotting revolution, sees an ally in Autry and decides to save him. Oh, very crafty. Well,
Argo, you may now start Autry's charred body on its trip to the Cavern of the Doomed. His is the fate of
Cavern
all
of the
surface
Doomed.
men who try to discover the entrance to Murania.
Gene Autry's lips are forever sealed.
Just opening a window. Oh man, what's Gene gonna do now?
How much longer are we to wait for the word that will start the revolution?
Do not be impatient. The clever Argo has saved our lives for a purpose, and we must wait.
Well, why delay? We're equipped.
Not yet. My disintegrating atom-smashing machine is still in construction. When it is completed, it will be capable of destroying the universe.
Where are the hand weapons you promised us?
I have perfected this Z-ray lithium gun.
Seems like
Designed
overkill.
to blind anyone it is turned on.
You could probably just build
Have time to build
a weapon
more.
that destroys a planet.
For example,
You don't need to destroy the whole universe. It's a flashlight.
who's that? Spy captured! A surface man!
How can you tell he's a surface man? You just look like people.
Why, it's Gene Autry. We must kill him at once. Wait a minute, wait.
Wait, he's got to get back to Radio Ranch. Contractually, he needs to sing a song every day.
Why should the Lord High Chancellor want to save him?
For vivisection, so that we may take him to our laboratories and learn how a surface man's lungs differ from ours.
I see. And thereby improve our breathing apparatus on surface
They look
level.
like people to the untrained eye.
him to the surface.
Yeah, I suppose they would probably be able to spot the difference.
Stand back. Get in that corner.
I need to sing a song. There was no song last episode. That was, I think, the first episode without a song. Everybody back off. Nice and easy.
I'm mine! 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 I'm mine!
All right, Gene Autry just blinded somebody. All right. It's not super cool. It was by accident, but still. Poor man. He was just trying to dissect
This is
a
unfortunate. We need every man,
living
too.
surface man.
He's only blinded temporarily.
Vivisect, I
Be all
guess, is
right,
the
too.
correct word. Dissect is for dead
the Chancellor.
things. Vivisect is for living things, right?
Well, gentlemen, what's this? Gene
What's
Autry
all
has
this,
escaped
then?
With our new ray gun. Autry escaped? Incompetent fools. If the Queen learns I saved him from the death chamber, all of us will burn for your carelessness.
Oh, boy.
Well, fortunately, the ray gun that Autry has is lightly charged. It will soon exhaust itself. Autry has escaped. You must find him at once and bring him to our rebel headquarters.
Yeah, I love back in the day.
Surface man loose in uranium.
I feel like that was
Queen
pretty
hears of it,
common.
we'll all be dead.
The idea of a futuristic society. They always kind of adopted like ancient costume style and then put sort of future stuff onto that. I suppose just because it was the most
Yes. With Gene Autry disappeared, the
outrageous
radio programs will
looking.
have to stop. And that
But
means there
yeah,
will be
it
nothing
always ends up
interesting
funny
here.
because they look like ancient Egyptian, like future ancient Egyptians.
He would be arrested for Baxter's murder. I personally think you're wise in leaving. The publicity is bound to be bad. The professor and I are going tomorrow.
I agree with you, Doctor. The sooner we all get away from here, the better. Goodbye, sir.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Goodbye. It won't be long until Radio Ranch is deserted, and we can continue our search for the entrance to Muranium.
You keep saying that, dude.
So
But guess
the
what?
people
Gene
will
Autry
discover
keeps making
Murania
his
and become rich,
one song a
do
day.
they?
So I don't know what you think you're gonna do.
Radio Ranch of its guests. After they are gone, the small group of scientists will present no difficulty.
Stand still or I'll blind you. Get me Radio Ranch on the television screen.
Whoop.
The meeting is now called to order. Has anyone any clues to the whereabouts of Gene Autry? No. Maybe by this time our president and vice president have learned something from the direction finder in Frankie's laboratory. Yes. Mr. President, our scouting expedition has failed. Any instructions?
Well, I know Gene is underground somewhere. If we could only find the entrance to Murania, the Thunder Riders Club could rescue him.
Frankie, Betsy. Betsy, I'm trying to talk to you. Can't you understand me? Why can't they understand me?
The word scrambler.
Get back to the bullet.
The word scrambling,
What do you mean,
dope.
word scramble?
It's an instrument which mixes up the words of our wireless telephone so that nobody outside of Murania can understand what is said.
Oh, snap. That dude is... Oh. I thought he would take more than
That
just
is a
one
guess.
punch.
Look at the direction finder.
I know those signals are coming from Murania. The direction finder's pointing straight down.
Frankie, Betsy, can you hear me? Can you hear me now, Frankie?
Beep boop. Wireless telephone. He said that, yeah.
Now do you
1935.
understand, Frankie? Where are you?
Gene, speak to me again. Gene, where are you?
Here I am, 20,000 feet under the ground in Murania.
But how did you get there?
Through a secret entrance at the head of Thunder Canyon near Whale Rock.
We'll start right away.
No, don't. You couldn't do any good.
Where are you going? Where are you? Speak to me.
Where you going?
What happened? Why'd you stop talking?
What business is this, Lord Argo?
All of us will meet you in Murania.
There's the answer to your question. I caught Jasper plotting with circus people. You may judge for yourself if I handled it properly.
Switch it off.
Switch it off.
Zuma,
Yes, Your Majesty.
prepare a radium bomb and send it out to meet and destroy the surface riders who will soon be headed this way.
A radium bomb. That can't be good. I don't think those helmets are going to protect him against a radium bomb.
We're members of the club. Why don't we go along? To the rescue!
To the rescue! Oh man, I don't know. My dad's still sleeping. It's noon.
I can't go to the horse start. Well, why don't you
You know,
stop
he
playing
doesn't
that harp and
doesn't
start
usually
the
get up
riding?
this early
You
on a
won't
Sunday.
Go for one certain tune, I've forgotten it. Well, why don't you start singing something and maybe you'll go? Anything to get away from you. Get up. That silver-haired Daisy. No need to worry my mind no more. Oh, long gray mare, she ain't what? Listen, Vivian, I know you can go. I just forgot your tune now, Vivian. Please. I remember. Hey, wait for me!
Go. Axe robot.
At ease.
Wait a minute, wasn't Axe
This
robot?
one's all right. Set that one to guard the door.
Look at this. From a totally different movie, but what is
All right,
that?
I'll show you how. Press that white button.
Axe
That
robot.
sets him on the alert.
Unbelievable. Somebody's ripping somebody off.
Press that middle one, and that sets in for a rest.
This was 1952. So I think there's some explaining to do, Zombies of the
Everyone passes either
Stratosphere.
of these light beams. Well, Autry will never pass here.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, every time he's gonna actually play the harmonica well. I mean, that's, you know, he's a goofball character, so you can't have him like doing anything right. Look at all the robot costumes. Also, this guy's run is great. I noticed it in one of the other episodes. He does this, like, this really exaggerated run just to go, like, 10 feet. Well, that's a cool map. The Harrison Ford run. Run for it, Chewie! Ugh. Gene is overpowering me. Jeez. Pull his mask off. These guys are easy on the surface. Just get their masks off. That is a heck of a radium bomb. Oh, snap. Oh my god. Whoa, he pulled the whole thing down. cliffhanger. Next week, Chapter 7, From Death to Life. That might be the end of this tape. It's gotta be. Oh, boy. Yep, I think that's the end of the tape. But guess what, boys and girls? Phantom Empire has 2 tapes, y'all. By the way, this should be pointed out. These tapes are pretty old. This is a 1989 VHS release from Rhino Home Video all the way back in 1999, and that label should be appreciated. The old 1980s Rhino Home Video logo is great. Love it. All right. By the way, since we got a sec, since we're in between, I want to show you guys something. Some of you who follow me on the Instagram will have seen this, but I had a pretty phenomenal thrift store purchase Friday. This is something I am always on the lookout for. I never, ever, ever find. And when I found one, it was a good one. Ladies and gentlemen, an 80s, 1985 manufactured boombox. Look at it. Look at it, McKeever. This is a holy grail. And I am so pumped to have it. And I've been putting it through the ringer the last couple days. It needs to be cleaned. I've started cleaning it, but it's glorious. And like I said, it's a little rough around the edges. It's a little rough around the edges, but everything functions. And interestingly enough, the more I use it, the better it works. So I think a lot of dust is getting kicked around and knocked out, and I couldn't be more excited. Unfortunately, it was a really quick running in to a thrift store after work. I didn't film it. It was super busy, and I felt weird about it. So in my next thrifting video, I'll probably just have to do like that and just show it, you know? Look at that. 1989 Rhino Home Video. I gotta refresh my disgusting drink. I'll be right back. Oh, son of a... Guess I'm not back. Well, guess I'll be washing these pants. Thank you, Spooky, for throwing the like request out there. I appreciate it. Unbelievable. Okay, maybe that first drink may have been mixed a little stronger than I thought it was. Oh boy.
Immediately. Your Majesty, the television phone.
I gotta be careful. I got a million Game Boy games sitting here right now. If I spill a drink, that would be very bad. What did I miss? What's going on?
Did you know that Gene Autry failed to die when I sentenced him to the death chamber?
No, Your Majesty.
After centuries of loyalty from the subjects of Urania to their sovereign, our empire now has a traitor in its midst. A traitor in Urania. It's unbearable.
There was a small fight.
Have I not been a good queen?
Yes, Your Majesty.
You kill everybody.
In charge of the execution. I wonder. We must revive the surface man at once, so that he may tell us who helped him escape from the death chamber. Tell us the name of this infamous traitor. His fate will be instant death.
But there is another problem.
Everybody's fate is instant death with you, lady.
Even now, searching for the secret entrance to our kingdom.
Notify the royal guard to be on the alert. If the surface people find the entrance, they are to be disposed of immediately.
Gene said the entrance was at the head of Thunder Canyon. We must scatter and search. And keep your eyes open for the entrance to Morania.
The sides and the rear. You will find entrances to Morania on the sides and to the rear. In the event of taking an elevator 25,000 feet below the Earth's surface, helmets will drop from the ceiling that look vaguely Roman. Put them on. Beep, beep, boop. I love that the robots have hats. Like farmer hats.
The Royal Guard has captured Gene Autry in the armament tower.
Does he live?
No, but they're taking him to the reviving chamber.
So he died?
That means they'll bring him back to life.
Yeah, crap. They're going to bring him back to life. Balls.
Smashing machine which destroys all matter is not yet complete.
Autry will tell who freed him from the death chamber.
You know
I'll
what?
be discovered.
I'm going to give the
yourself.
queen...
You forget that I'm chief surgeon.
I'm going to give the queen a little credit right now. Because I've been complaining that she's so quick to sentence everyone to death.
Queen will be sending
But now we have discovered that they have a reviving chamber that brings dead people back to life. So really, saying you're sentenced to death is really like saying, hey, you're in timeout till I decide you're out of timeout, you know? It's not as bad for them. That's all I'm saying.
Where's the head surgeon? He should be here.
I've sent for him, Your Majesty.
And he's here.
Prepare the radium generator for the surface man. He must be made to live again.
According to Your Majesty's instructions.
Beep, beep, boop. My back. She's not an alien. She's a human that has evolved under the surface. So she may have a couple hearts. We don't know. But she's not an alien. She's just from a futuristic civilization that has existed under the Earth's surface for many, many, who knows, millennia. Who knows? Beep, beep, boop. Locks in freshness. They're not Joe. Joe? They're not lizard people. They're human. They are cannibalistic, humanoid, underground dwellers. How often do I need to say it?
You will accompany me to the reviving chamber.
Yeah, if you don't have a musical number explaining the plot to you, like how do you keep track? Ooh la la. Now that's... Oh my! I like the bat wings on this guy. I think I've been trying to pay attention to the costumes. I feel like the bat wings on the helmet are exclusive to the communications guy. Cannibalistic humanoid underground dwellers would be the good name of a movie, but I would shorten it.
He was dead, but now he lives.
Like to an acronym or something.
When may I question him?
Cannibalistic humanoid underground dwellers. Yeah, too long. Shorten that up.
What did you say? I can't understand you. What language is he speaking?
It is the language of the dead.
Then we can't understand him, nor he us?
Oh boy.
Always return to life that way.
What? Chud?
But you
No.
said that I might question him.
That would be a bad title
One
for a
may
movie.
always question the dead, Your Majesty, but one need not always expect...
I would call them
But
Canny
how do you
Dwells.
find out who helped him escape from the death chamber?
That should be very simple, if you will risk an operation upon his brain.
I'll risk anything to find the traitor who helped him escape from the death chamber.
Prepare for a treatment.
So he's speaking the language of the dead. Bingo, bingo.
Oh, Lord Argo, you are just in time to witness an experiment. Autry has returned from death. He is about to speak. Are you concerned?
Not at all, Your Majesty.
Not at all. Doesn't my pencil-thin mustache prove that I'm a good guy?
I'm not concerned.
Do you want Autry to tell who helped him escape from the death chamber?
By all means, Your Majesty. Urania must be rid of any traitors.
This guy looks like he should be in Goodfellas. Just also wearing a crazy costume. Ugh.
Wait! We don't have to operate. He's speaking. Tell me, quickly.
Were they just gonna cut his brain open?
The lightning reached at me. Then I started back. And it got closer. And closer. And then... Quick!
Cliffhanger.
Quickly! What's happened to the power? He's gone! Where is Argo?
Here, Your Majesty.
All the power in Marine has been shut off.
Someone has helped him escape.
So that one cable was supplying power to their entire civilization. Was in one cable.
Direct the Royal Guard to cease activities against the surface people and concentrate on the recapture of Autry.
Concentrate all fire on that superstar destroyer. This movie is mostly just Gene Autry getting muscled around. And then him, like, barroom brawling with guys like this.
General Order number 45 from Her Majesty the Queen to the Royal Thunder Guard.
We've gone way too long
Number
without
one,
a song.
all
I'll say that.
activities against the Earth Riders to cease. Number 2.
Which means is this all happening within a 24-hour span? Because he contractually is required to sing a song from Radio Ranch on the radio every day. Otherwise, the contract is broken. And that better not be where this story goes. Like, I want a message of hope.
This door opens electrically and will not operate without power. Cut off the hinges.
Oh, it's an electric door. It's got to all be on the same day. To be fair, this is all, pretty rapid fire, so it could still be in 24 hours. Oh, here he goes. Why out one of these, and one of these, and another one of these? How about one of this? Whoa. Thank you. Is that one of those flamethrower swords? That seems like it would come in super handy, but only the one guy had it. Beep, beep, boop. Beep, beep, boop. I feel pretty today. Beep, beep, boop. You are pretty, Susan. You're always pretty. I wish I had your hair.
How soon will power be restored?
The robots work upon it now, Your Majesty.
Hurry! I want to see on the television screen the surface riders who threaten us from above, so that I may direct the defense.
Hurry.
We've got to find Gene so he can get back to Radio Ranch in time to make his next broadcast.
Thank you.
That must be the entrance to Murania.
Come on.
Well, hot diggity. I think that's the entrance to the secret underground futuristic civilization, if I ever seen one. Burp, burp.
But how are we going to get down to it?
There's a rope ladder.
A very futuristic rope ladder.
We're certainly on the track of a large deposit of radium.
It must be the science.
You're right, Professor. But we could use picks and shovels for a year without penetrating uranium.
Well, I'm as well satisfied if we never find it. As long as we locate that radium deposit. I came here for wealth, not fame.
Come quick, Professor. The electroscope is acting mighty peculiar.
How far are we from radium?
According to this instrument, which will indicate radium in the most minute quantities, we are approximately 3,000 feet.
In that case, we'd better fly back to Radio Ranch and get some dynamite to start blasting.
Right.
Yep. So just a quick 3,000 feet down's worth of blasting. That's probably not a small amount of dynamite.
Yes.
But what
And
do
all the
I
radium in
know?
the world wouldn't even be as big as a golf ball. It's worth $10 million.
And he said a bushel basket full. Gee.
That'd buy a lot of buckets. How much is 10 million
They're taking the
in
ladder away.
1935? Let's find out. Just for inflation. 10 million, 1935. Today.
The elevator is Autry's only means of escape. I must have it watched exclusively.
I'll let you figure out what I misspelled.
Things have come to a sorry pass when a uranium must labor. What do you suppose has happened to his rover? It's Autry! Autry!
So $10 million in 1935 today would be $191 million, $771,641.79. So that's, that's some pretty good kicking around money. So yeah, I could see wanting that sweet, sweet radium.
Autry's gained the elevator. He's headed for the surface entrance.
Back then, dynamite didn't cost nothing. You could just pick dynamite up off the street.
Dead or alive, but stop him. We have him, for at least my Thunder Guard is loyal. Now I'll be able to find out who helped Autry escape from the death chamber.
At least my Thunder Guard is loyal.
Alert!
Oh my god, Chapter 8. By the way, I was just looking up Phantom Empire on IMDb, and Queen Tika, whose real name was Dorothy Christie, she was also in Miracle on 34th Street in 1947. I think that's the only exciting one. She played uncredited secretary in Miracle on 34th Street. It's got to be rough. You went from the queen of a whole civilization to uncredited secretary. It's a shame. It's a damn shame. I think she plays a pretty good villainess, Gene Autry lived until 1998. He was 91 years old. Dang. That's wild. Street dynamite. Just dynamite was everywhere back then. People were lousy with dynamite, as they would say. What if it was her name? Strange name. Oh, uncredited was her name? Queen Tika. I love these, character cards at the beginning of each episode. The more, I'm not in a position to do something like this, but I would love to see somebody try to adopt this serial style and, make something now. Not necessarily to be purposefully retro. I don't mean exactly recreate this. But the format, the wacky cliffhangers, I think I would love to see something like this make a return. Obviously, I would like a little bit of retro mixed in, Dr. Zato could use a character card. Yes. Yes, he could. He would be like this. Like that. I know black and white is important, and I enjoy a lot of black and white movies, but these serials were just begging to be full. I agree. Yeah, I would love to see this in, you know, Technicolor. But that's the other thing, too, is you never know. Like, this probably in full color looked worse in some ways. Like, you know, not the color side, but I feel like when technology advances and it gets better, you can see more flaws. And I feel like, you know, sometimes when a show goes to a higher quality format, you can start to see things that you couldn't see before. Sometimes, I know the big thing with the old Addams Family was the old Addams Family set was basically entirely pink or like salmon colored. And I think it was something to do with how they filmed, that it was a better color to film in black and white. And I don't know if the people stood out from it more. I don't know the technical reasons for it, but you see pictures of the set of the Addams Family, and it's basically all a solid color for the most part, and it's really boring looking actually in color. So I don't know. Sometimes you feel like, well, maybe if they had slightly better equipment and, you know, could have filmed this on higher quality film, color film, maybe it would lose something because we would be able to see even more, like some of those hidden flaws and hidden edges. Like, I like flaws, but maybe flaws that take you out of it. You know, sometimes flaws are charming and wonderful, and sometimes flaws remove you from the story that's being told. So I don't know, but I do agree, something like this in Technicolor would be wonderful.
Royal Guard, alert. Proceed immediately to your headquarters and capture the surface man. Royal Guard, alert. Proceed to your headquarters immediately and capture the surface man.
Addams Family is my favorite TV show of all time. I stand by that. And yeah, and I, you know what, Capitan, I will say I have seen like serial throwbacks. There are actually a few modern serial throwbacks on, I think, Amazon Prime, and they were not good. And my problem is that they try way too hard. Generally, they're trying to do comedy versions of these old serials, and I don't think that's not what the fun is. I would like to see somebody make a slightly more sincere attempt, and maybe fail, and, you know, have something that's maybe fun to watch. You know, a so bad it's good kind of thing. But I don't know. A lot of times, people that try to mimic this style are doing it, and it's just dripping with irony, and that's not what I'm looking for. But yeah, I do agree that it would be, it's something that begs, people could definitely do this right now. Also not sure if it's true, but all the Flash Gordon serials were meticulously recreated in the correct colors from the comics. Interesting. Yeah, I don't know if that's true. Oh, spooky. I'll show you this. This was actually one of my most recent VHS pickups. I still need to film a little pickups video for it. But, uh-oh. It's spooky that you say you need volume 11, because here it is from Best Buy, $3.99 at Best Buy. Volume 11. and I also picked up Volume 10. And Volume 8. What do you think of that? Just found those the other day. And I found the movie, which I have, but it's a McDonald's, sold at McDonald's tape, which I did not have. And I try to pick up McDonald's and Burger King tapes whenever I can, because that's a part of my childhood that I remember fondly. Oh man. Well, Spooky, I'll give you, when I do film that my next VHS pickups video, I'll give you a little shout out in there just to rub a little salt in that wound. You have 1 through 10, so it goes up to 12.
Come on, gather some more wood for the signal fire. Wishing won't get you out.
Nah, that looks like plenty of wood.
Here to rescue Gene from Urania. And now look at us. We should have had more sense than to climb down into this pit.
Well, how did I know the scientists were going to pull up the rope ladder and leave us trapped?
You should have known you couldn't trust Professor Beeson and the rest of those archaeologists.
All right. That should be enough dynamite to uncover the radium deposit.
Right. If anyone should discover it, we'd have to share our fortune with the owners of the land and the government.
Oh, lousy government and lousy owners of the land.
Hurry back to
Ain't they the worst?
We don't get the smoke signal started pretty soon.
There's so there's 12 of the show tapes and then 4 movies.
It'll be just too bad.
You know, I'm not gonna lie. I think I sold the I had the reunion movie. On VHS, and I did sell that not too long ago, and honestly not like you're probably just a little bit above me, honestly, but I'm a huge Addams Family fan, and the reunion movie that the original cast did, I really didn't like. I thought it was really lame, and it felt like it was nice to see them playing those characters again, but it was so lazy, and so I did sell that tape not too long ago.
We've been chasing one of our own men. Here, one of you fellas take him back to Meridian. We've got to find Aldrich.
Ooh, hey, the girl, this girl right here. The sister. What's her name? Betsy? Betsy Baxter. I just looked on the IMDb, and she was born, her real name is Betsy King Ross, and she was born in St. Paul, Minnesota, just like me. So that's exciting. Got a Minnesota connection in all of this craziness.
Here you are.
If I want 92 cartoon series and 99 new Addams, let me know. I think I'm good. I think I got too many VHS tapes in this place. Believe me, I already catch more than a little hell every time I bring a fresh stack of VHS tapes home.
The ladder is down. Someone has used it. And they built a fire. They must be hiding in the tunnel.
How could he tell that the ladder had been used?
Now. Whoever is in that tunnel is never going to tell anyone else about it.
Oh, I'm gonna shoot somebody because I'm an evil scientist.
Just in time.
Say, we've got to broadcast at 2 o'clock. It's almost time now.
We'll never make it back to the ranch by 2 o'clock.
We'll have to. If Gene doesn't go on the air, we'll lose the contract and the ranch, too. Maybe we'll borrow their plane.
Stand still. I've got
Not a bad back porch.
Now you can lower your hand.
But don't move too fast, because something might happen. Start your motor and take off at once.
Somebody's stealing the plane. You stay
This is the
here.
first time I've been on one of your streams. I was watching one of your reviews and saw you streaming in the recommendations on the side. Nice. Welcome. You know, it's pretty chill.
They must have been the ones who took the plane.
Don't expect. I feel like I have like a 20% joke landing. So, I mean, just be ready for that 80% where the things I say aren't funny. But you know, it's worth the wait. It's worth the wait when one of those lands. Oh, Roddy, always showing up, always late to the party.
I will never know the identity of the
Well, welcome. I mean, obviously, big stuff is going on. There's robots. There's Gene Autry. What? Well, spoiler alert: Gene Autry died and then was brought back to life by the evil queen. There, I can't think of what else is happening. Contractually, it's still so. This is all still the same day. Because, once again, I can't stress it enough, contractually, Gene Autry needs to sing a song live on the radio from Radio Ranch. Otherwise, there's some sort of weird thing where they lose ownership of the ranch. So this has all been within a 24-hour span. So we have not gotten a song yet. And we're an hour and a half into the stream. We haven't gotten a classic Gene Autry song. Have you seen the Ken Burns country music documentary? They mention this serial during the part covering Gene Autry. His serials and movies played a huge part in popularizing Western music. I did not know that. I have not seen that. That sounds awesome. I'm a big 60s outlaw country kind of guy. I'm a big Merle Haggard, oh boy, Charlie Rich, Waylon Jennings, Willie Nelson.
No effort must be spared to bring
Oh
Gene
God, what's his
Autry
name?
back to
Topol
Urania,
Glazer.
so that I may learn who it
Jesse
was
Coulter,
that
obviously.
escaped
If you're talking about
death.
Waylon Jennings, you got to talk about Jesse. That's my era of country music. I love outlaw country.
Companions are in a flying machine headed for Radio Ranch. I am forcing them to land. Capture them all.
God, there's just a little too many hand signals that look a little
Forth an interference ray.
World War
Stop
II
the
villain.
flying
Let's
machine
just put it
Gene
that
Autry
way.
is riding. Then send it. Destroy their ignition system and force them to land at once.
God, that's good stuff.
We have got to stop them before they
Not the
reach
drink,
Radio
the
Ranch.
music.
This is as fast
What's
as
the
we can
poster
go
on the
without
door? That
Radio
is
Ranch by 2 o'clock.
the
Faster.
evil that men do, starring Charles Bronson.
What are you
You
going
can see
to
it
do
over
there?
there.
Wait and see. Radio Ranch. Calling Radio Ranch.
Now we'll hear from that rollicking bandit crew. The Radio
We're
Ranch
getting a
Quartet.
song.
Here they are.
Come on, Gene.
The program will be over in a few minutes.
Yes, if Gene doesn't appear pretty soon, we're sunk.
Oh, she's done and gone away. Picked up bucket yesterday. I thought that gal lives upon the hill.
It's no Gene Autry, I'll tell you that.
Hello? Radio Ranch. Who's calling? This is Frankie speaking from a cabin plane. Gene's gonna sing. Hook him up.
Gene's gonna sing from the plane, my God.
Okay. Right. Yes, folks, it's Gene Autry.
Can't wait for the
Speaking
bass
you
to
from
drop.
An airplane, high over Radio Ranch. I'm going to sing. I'm getting a moon's eye view of the world.
Here we go.
I've often wondered when down on the ground how the old world looks to Mr. Moon. And now I can see why he smiles all the while. He's watching the sweethearts as they soon.
Everybody shut up.
A moon's eye
Everybody
view of
shut
the
up.
world floating around in the sky. I get a thrill floating in the air.
Ain't that something?
Buzzing around like a fly.
That's a bit of all right.
Wonder he smiles at you folks on the ground. He knows that life is a merry-go-round. I'm getting a moon's eye view of the world floating around in the sky. Mountains and valleys below me I see, a river winding round through the trees. A cottage or two and a church in the dell, a paradise kissed by the breeze. I'm getting a moon's eye view of the world floating around in the sky.
Scooby-Doo laughed. Like,
floating in the air, buzzing around like a fly. No wonder he smiles at you folks on the ground. He knows that life is a merry-go-round. I'm getting a moon's eye view of the world floating around in the sky.
Yeah. And now I will be exploded. This guy is dedicated to his work, I gotta say that.
Something's wrong. The motor's dead. What do we do? I know what I'm going to do. Stay back. That's all for today, folks. Take it away, Eddie.
He's going to jump.
You can't leave us like this. I'll get back.
That plane is way bigger on the inside than it is on the outside.
You think I'm going to try a dead stick landing with a load of dynamite? You're crazy. Get over there.
So long, suckers! Oh, and it's filled with dynamite. Oh, this smells like a cliffhanger to me. I think it is a TARDIS. It's a TARDIS plane. Oh, nope. They got rid of the dynamite. Oh, and they just dropped... Did they drop it on their buddies, or are those the bad guys? I told you dynamite was everywhere back then. It's literally just falling out of the sky. Oh no, this is a cliffhanger. A literal cliffhanger! A literal cliffhanger! Thank you, Mascot Pictures, for everything you do. When Gene Autry left Republic Pictures, they replaced him with a cheaper guy named Leonard Sly. Republic thought he wasn't cowboy enough. Really? Alright, well. So they named him Roy Rogers. Yeah, Leonard Sly does not come across very cowboy. Alright, Spooky, that's fair. There have been many literal cliffhangers in this series. I just got excited. Let me have a little joy. Let me just enjoy it. It came out of nowhere. They were in a plane. I didn't expect there to be a literal cliff. I was gonna volunteer to make literal cliffhanger meme. I mean, they're all great cliffhangers, figuratively and occasionally literally. Prisoners of the Ray, Chapter 9. We're on Chapter 9 already. Miracles are performed through the advanced use of radium. Gene Autry, now body riddled with radium poisoning from his short stay in the underground city. Queen Tika, a bit of all right. She's still trying to figure out what's going on. I lost track. I was distracted for a while, so. Frankie and Betsy. Professor Beatson, still just so money hungry.
He's going
But guess what, folks? Gene Autry satisfied his contractual obligation to what? Yes, sing a song from Radio Ranch every day, live on the radio. He did it. Technically, although he was in an airplane, not over the Radio Ranch property, I would assume. So technically, I would say he has broken his contract. And if he can just do it remotely, even though they're broadcasting from Radio Ranch, why can't he just buy a house in LA and just call in? But whatever, it's fine. He did it. Gene. Not so mean, Gene. He's our man. If he can't do it, apparently Roy Rogers can. So Frankie is okay. Did everybody else die?
Gene went over the cliff.
No, nope.
You gotta help him.
Whoop. Ew, is that just a dead body?
That is the end of Gene Autry.
But his friends, they know the location of the surface entrance to Murania. They will expose us to the world.
I've instructed my Thunder Riders to take care of them.
Well, Queen Tika, you give a lot of orders, and I'm not going to lie, most of them do not succeed in being executed correctly. So, oh boy, we got some Thunder Riders. Whoa! Wait, did they just scoop up one of the kids? I swear one of those Thunder Riders...
And now he is gone and the Marine is taking Frankie and Betsy away.
Yeah, okay. I didn't see him get scooped up.
Will soon be deserted. And without Autry's broadcasting, the guests will soon...
Oh, we gotta get more Oscar and Pete. You know they're coming. Don't worry.
Without interference.
Well, we better make sure about Autry.
Right after Gene signed off, it sounded as if the plane was in trouble. We didn't see any sign of Gene, and now Frankie and Betsy have disappeared.
Oscar and Pete!
By wireless. They were in a plane. It might have crashed. Did they give their location? No, but they were heading toward the ranch.
We'll have to find them. To the rescue!
To the rescue!
He's still alive. He's wearing a Muranian outfit. He must have been in the underground kingdom.
You realize what that means? If we can revive him, he can tell us how to get into Morania.
We'll take him to our excavation.
Oh, boy. So wait, so he was actually in that plane that crashed. Oh, there's our 1 second of robot opening the door shot that we get every single time.
Deliver your prisoner to Her Majesty on the 33rd level and report back here immediately. Don't be scared. I won't let him hurt you.
I'm not scared.
Whoa!
3 miles a minute. That must be some kind of breathing apparatus. I can tell by the mouthpiece.
Pew! I think our elevators should make that noise. But what do I know?
Alert! Clear the way for
might prove interesting.
Or the reverse. Babes often speak quite plainly.
Prisoners of the realm, for audience with the Queen.
Well, I think our actual cars should sound like the cars from the Jetsons.
Oh, you are the sprout from which...
Especially with all the electric cars now that are like dead silent. They need a noise.
Tell me, what do you think of Murania?
Stuffy.
You remind me of someone I've read about.
It's the ugly Duchess.
Oh, so you think I'm ugly?
No, you're not ugly. But as for Morania, well...
It's like Alice in Wonderland. Off with her heads and all such tripe.
What would you say if I followed the plan of your ugly Duchess and actually ordered your heads removed?
I'd say you better look out for Gene when he heard about it.
And what would your Gene do?
He'd telephone the president. And before you could wink an eye, there'd be a regiment of artillery here knocking the top off this palace.
Silence!
And there'd be airplanes dropping bombs as big as barrels.
Silence!
And then what would be left of your Murania?
Silence! Take charge of them. And as for your Gene, it might interest you to know that he is dead.
No.
Herewith and on royal edict, I condemn the insolent offspring of savage surface men to a life of confinement in the lower dungeon. Remove them.
You could have just been nice to the Queen. I feel like you didn't need to come in so hot, you know? You catch more flies with honey than you do with vinegar. That's what they say.
Now you miss half.
Beep, beep, boop. Stop getting fresh. You're pushing my buttons.
Cross that beam, the mechanical man's liable to kill you.
It's nice that they explained to the prisoners how to deactivate the robot guards.
Pull it open, it's not locked.
Ooh, my shins!
Look out for that ray, it's death.
I didn't think that would get used so quickly.
Hey, bust the wrong
Very effective. Very effective. Beep, beep, boop. Don't. You can't go past here.
Why, there's machinery inside, just like a clock. And they got radios in their head. And there's a fella at the central station that turns dials and things and tells them where to go and what to do.
Yep.
Oh.
Just like a clock.
We'll never get out of Murania.
Well, if Gene found a way out, we ought to be able to. Come on.
Where is it, Autry? Tell us where the entrance to Murania is located.
He's still unconscious. You fellas watch him. We'll scout around.
The Queen has to put Gene Autry in like a machine, a radium machine that brings him back to life, and these guys are just going like, "Wake up, Gene! Gene! Where's the radium?"
If he does.
Oh, he's playing it cool.
Aren't those Frankie and
Classic
Betsy horses?
Gene.
Something must have happened to them. You stay here and we'll go and look around.
I'm gonna play my harmonica some.
Sure, it's their horses. Where did this one come from? Be quiet. I hear somebody.
Ooh.
I bet them
scientists are holding Frankie and Betsy prisoners down there.
Yeah.
If they are, we're going to get them.
Here we go.
Who's in there?
The Adventures of Oscar and Pete. Just busted his head right open.
Look out, it's Gene! Hurry, we've got work to do.
I want to sing a song.
Well, they might need our help.
Look, there's Gene!
But where's Frankie and Betsy? Didn't you find them?
They're prisoners down in Urania. We've got to save them.
To the rescue!
To the rescue! Oh boy, these guys got no idea.
Your Majesty may see for herself. Our surface entrance is about to be discovered.
Gene Autry, leading the surface riders to the entrance of Urania. I thought he was dead.
Evidently not, Your Majesty. Now is your time to capture him.
Have you lost your wits? We can't expose the entrance to Murania to such a pack of witnesses.
Are you crazy, Tommy? He's a made man.
But he will find the door. Ah, he knows about the electric eye and will locate the door through it.
The thing to do, Your Majesty, is to remove the electric eye and hereafter operate the outer door from this control room.
For once, Lord Argo, your advice is sound. Connect me with the Royal Thunder Guard.
Well, I'm out of orange Fanta. So we're going to try Mellow Yellow.
What will happen if we don't recapture those?
This is probably going to be worse. Was this the inspiration of Cowboys vs. Aliens? It sure feels like it.
You mean
with a little bit of this
as soon as the Queen hears of their escape.
Water.
Well,
YouTube. Just water. Oh boy. This is going to be worse than the orange Fanta, isn't it?
Headquarters, Thunder Guard.
remove the electric eye and disconnect the outer door mechanism at once. This is imperative.
Immediately.
Hams? No, not today. Not today. Honestly, mostly, obviously, you know I like to crack a hams. But today, mostly my mission was to get rid of this this evil bottle in the house. So I figured, why not go for it?
I'm sure this is the place, but there was an electric eye placed in the wall.
What's an electric eye?
When your reflection appears in it, the eye, by means of a photoelectric cell, operates whatever you want it to. In this case, it opened the entrance to Murania.
No one can
I
open
think
the
it's
door
better
to
than the
the door
orange
except by
Fanta.
operating this
We'll
switch.
see.
And it's protected
But
by
I
infrared
think the citrus...
robot.
Don't endanger us now.
Well, I mean, not that an orange isn't a citrus, but I think this might be a little better.
By infrared, which, if crossed by anyone operating that switch, will cause destructive
Nah.
radium beams to come
Nah,
from
it's the
above
same
and
amount
kill
of
anyone in
not
this
great.
room.
That is correct.
We'll never find them standing around here.
Are you sure
Beep,
your
beep,
advice
boop.
is positive?
Absolutely. No one can encounter the radium ray and live.
I'd put it at like a
Alarm will sound in
4.
every quarter of the empire.
And you're
It's
quite sure this
certainly,
master switch alone will
like,
open the
it's
entrance to
not
Urania?
disgusting. Like, it's not
Separated and
actually
alarm to the
disgusting. It's just very mediocre and weird. I wouldn't put it in the bad category. I'd put it in the, like, if you're just looking to you know, feel a little, feel a little squiggly, you know, this will get the job done. Keep the shakes away for another day, as I like to say. It does literally taste like gut rot, though. I can feel my gut rotting from this. Oh, kids. Wow, we didn't even get like a next time. All right. Oh, I'll be fine. Don't worry. Okay, what episode though? What are we on? 10 or 11? Betsy King, she's the world's champion trick rider from St. Paul, Minnesota. Who'd have thunk it? Breezy Eason. Sounds like a hip-hop artist from the 90s. Interesting. I thought we'd have a... We didn't get through the whole thing, did we? There's no way. We're not on 12 episodes. There's 12 episodes of this. We were on like 10 or 11. Weren't we? Yeah, we're definitely not. This has to be 10, right? Want to see this? Famicom. Japanese Famicom. Princess Tomato and the Vegetable Kingdom, baby. It was just sitting there, so figured I'd show it off. It's my Don Knotts impression. Well, thought I'd take Thelma Lou over to Mont Pilot for a picture show. I used to rent Princess Tomato from the video store, obviously for the NES version. It's time to nip it in the bud, Andy. But yeah, I have since discovered... I've heard better, but not many. Is that a Ghostbusters 2 reference that you're trying to make there, Spooky? Spooky? Not Spookyville. Sorry, I said Spooky. I get confused between Spooky, Groovy, and Roddy. That was Roddy. I'm also three weird drinks into this live stream, so forgive me. That robot does show. That robot has more of an acting range than at least half of the cast, for sure.
I know some magic words that never fails to open doors. If I can only think of them.
Yo.
We must get to that switch and open the secret entrance so Gene can rescue.
But yeah, Princess Tomato, I have recently discovered. It's another one of those games that I took for granted. Groovy! I just brought Groovy up, and here he arrives. Like friggin',
I got it.
Roddy,
Open sesame.
Mr. Fashionably Late, Groovy out fashionably lates Roddy, unbelievable. But I took for granted that Princess Tomato, and I've crossed paths with it over the years, and I really thought that it was just one of those games nobody really cared about. And the problem is when nobody cares about a game, it becomes rare because nobody bothered to hold on to it. So I have been trying to get a physical copy of Princess Tomato and the Vegetable Kingdom. Is it Vegetable Kingdom or Salad Kingdom? I feel like it was Vegetable Kingdom. But the American, the NES release is crazy expensive, but there was a period of time where Famicom games were dirt cheap on eBay. And I picked up a bunch of Famicom games for like, this was honestly $2. And it plays on my my Retron 5 emulator with a translation patch, and it works just fine. Super cool. I've also got Dr. Mario, which there's not even any Japanese in that game, which is great. It's just a straight up port of the, like the American and the Japanese versions are exactly the same. Got this for my wife because she loves Hello Kitty and Sanrio. We haven't actually played that game yet. I don't know the title of this, but I picked this up. I don't know why we're doing this. Also this, because it had a babe on the box art. And of course, Pac-Land for the Famicom.
Who's afraid of things like that?
Oh boy, that would have been awkward. Roddy and Groovy showing up in the same outfit, the same cocktail dress, that same little black dress. Oh boy. We don't even want to think about the fashion faux pas that would have been. Yoshi's Cookie is also very good. I like Dr. Mario, honestly, is probably my favorite sort of Tetris-style puzzler. And Tetris Attack on the Super Nintendo. I have it on the Super Nintendo and on the Game Boy. I like Tetris Attack quite a bit. Did he just he just caved that dude's skull in with a sledgehammer. Fantastic. Was that Sweet Home? Is that what that is? Is that this one? I don't know which one this is. I can't remember now. I used to know. Back before I started drinking.
I'll send you assistance. You'll then carry these down to the radium chamber for revival.
Tetris Attack is your wife's favorite? I love it. I found out that one, I went to a party way back in the day. I had not played Tetris Attack back when it was around. And I went to a party in like the early 2000s. And, because there was a girl that I liked that invited me there. Didn't know anybody. And I get there and I walk in and there's a bunch of people sitting at the TV playing Tetris Attack. And I was like, I like these people. And so I just played Tetris Attack all night. Kind of forgot about the girl, not gonna lie. Welcome to my life. But yeah, that was the day I discovered that Tetris Attack is awesome. Have I played Palamedes? I don't think so. Never mind, looks like a multi-game card. Yeah, I forget what that game is. You need Dragon Warrior 3. No, I think I'm good for Famicom games. I ended up getting these really I think I just wanted Dr. Mario and Princess Tomato, and then all these others were just like being sold by the same guy for like $2 a piece, so I kind of loaded up. Yeah, it's a good one. Okay. This is starting to remind me of my love life. Hello. Beep beep boop. Whoa. Wait, is that Oscar and Pete in robot costumes? It has to be, right? I was not paying attention, but that has to be Oscar and Pete. Is your dad... You're the second person to bring up my dad. My dad is definitely still sleeping. It's 2 in the afternoon here. He does not get up until, until the sun starts going down. That's just how he is.
For the love of Mike, what are you trying to do?
What? Beep, beep, boop. Beep, beep, boop.
These robots are about worn out. I guess we'll have to have them broken up.
Yeah.
You have long been a menace to Murania by attracting people to Radio Ranch with your broadcast. Your discovery of the entrance to our kingdom leaves us open to
Well, I appreciate that, Groovy,
above.
very much.
For
I'm
this,
sure
I want
my
to
dad,
thank you
that's
to death
not
chamber.
going to be the last time we see my dad on the channel,
Whoever
for sure.
helped you escape is a traitor to Murania. Tell me his name.
I'll tell you nothing.
Yeah,
Don't even save
Leela
your
and
life?
Fry
Not even
dressing
to
up
save
like
my
robots.
life, unless I can also save Frankie and Betsy.
God, that was a good
Before you
episode.
exercise yourself too greatly, let me prove that your friends are alive and well.
Oh, my dad's not a vampire. He is a,
Bring Frankie and
he
Betsy
deals
to me
with
at once.
crippling, I don't want to say the word alcoholism.
Bring the prisoner to the control room.
He's just a guy that likes to have fun, likes to have a good time. He works hard. He works hard and he plays hard. I guess that's what it boils down to. Thank you, Spooky. Couldn't stop laughing. Appreciate it. Like I told Groovy the other day, a lot of people don't... I'm trying to find ways, honestly, of, once again, peeking behind the curtain. I'm trying to find those ways of dabbling in characters and comedy, maybe doing it separately from some of the more straight-up reviews of things. Because there is sort of that... Those are kind of two separate things, and maybe they'll stay separate, maybe they'll start all blending together. Big old gumbo, who knows, but... The comedy stuff is a little bit more... It's nice because it's something that is just a couple minutes long. It can be... Maybe there's the potential to be viral, and get a bunch of people looking at the channel. Who knows? And also, it helps satisfy that itch, because I do get that itch of, I want to just play characters, I want to do funny things. And those things don't always mesh with, I also want to talk about movies at length. Those things don't always mix quite right. So, I like to keep the channel open for the possibilities of doing those things separately, too.
Now I will be able to prove to you that your young friends are alive and
Did they
well.
recreate the look of the robots, or did they take destroyed? I don't know. I missed it. I wasn't paying attention if they pulled the guts out or not.
And don't let them escape under pain of death. Then what shall we do with them? Leave that to me.
That doesn't look much like they're going to be brought up here.
Argo is deliberately disobeying my command.
Are they still saying
You'll
robot
suffer for this.
in this?
He's the man that released me from the death chamber.
Maybe it's a regional thing. Maybe it's not so much a
The
time
revolution
as it is a maybe just culturally different parts of the country or different parts of the world said robot. That does feel like a southern thing, like robot. Maybe the northern states said robots. That also sounds pretty northern. Oh, I got, we just bought ourselves a new robot. Speaking of Brian's dad, wait, where's your robot?
Oh, no, you don't.
But I must. It's the only way to quell the revolution.
Well, thank you, Spooks. Spooky.
In your control room.
Don't you realize it's the only way to
I don't know if
Frankie and
Spooks
Betsy?
is a
How do I know I can trust
appropriate or a desired
I am of royal
shortening of your name.
My
So,
ancestors have
Spooky.
been kings in Urania
Spooky.
for 100,000 years. My word is good.
And what is your word?
East Coasters say popcorn? Oh, gross.
I will return you and your friends safely to the surface if you give me back control of Murania.
Right. We're going to rescue Frankie and Beth.
It's popcorn.
Broadcasting
Sorry,
along.
it's popcorn. Deal with it, East Coast.
Death to Argo by order of the Crown. Death to Argo by order of the Crown.
The hour has struck.
Oh, the rebellion.
We are dethroning the Queen, and by night...
It's turning into full-on Star Wars at this point.
Good! The hour! Our time has come!
The rebellion.
Told the Queen everything. Already a general alarm is being broadcast.
What has she demanded?
Yeah, gross.
Yes,
Popcorn?
to our goal, by order of the
Corned
Crown.
pups? No thank you, East Coast.
Death to the Queen! We march on the palace at once! To the palace! On to the palace!
This is Rebel headquarters. You fellas stay out here and keep watch. Gene!
Gene!
All right? I've been worried about you. Sure, we're all right.
But we've been awfully scared.
We've got to get out of here, because if we win this revolution, we'll never see Radio Ranch again.
Barricade all main thoroughfares.
Uh-oh.
Send a detachment of foot soldiers to the 19th level. Flood the 26th,
Roddy
27th,
is
and 28th
disputing the
levels
pronunciation of
with
popcorn.
The revolution have broken into the citadel.
Major
And now
drama
advance
has
on
broken
the
out in the chat. Oh my gosh. Maybe it's a Boston thing? Oh boy.
Is the guard loyal?
You know, I'm from Minnesota, so we say popcorn. We go, we call them cobby pops. We say cobby pops in the Midwest, right? Cobby pops. All you Midwesterners in the chat back me up. We call them cob pops, cobby pops. We always say, give me a bucket of them cobby pops.
We must. It's the only way to the elevator. You two go ahead. Sure, they won't bother us.
Oh yeah. Oh god, Oscar and Pete are gonna just straight up start murdering people. Attica! Attica! Oh, Argo. You sly dog.
Poison gas. Send reserves to defend the palace. Stand where you are. I am the queen.
You were the Queen. I now control Murania.
I'm now the
You
queen.
are subject to my whim. I thank you for moving control of the surface entrance to this room. Now I am sure that Autry and his friends...
Your wife likes tater tot hot dish. That is an offensive stereotype. And I demand an apology. We do not all like tater tot hot dish. It's pretty good. All right, it's pretty good. We do all like it. You lived in Rochester for a while? That's not a good sign. You either lived in Rochester for work because you're in the medical field, or you lived in Rochester because you or someone you care about had medical
We're going to the lower level.
medical
Get away,
issues.
come
So
on.
either way, welcome to Minnesota. That's a medicine town, baby.
Move that way. They'll follow me.
Why do old people call everything by their brand? I don't know. I think we still. I say Kleenex. I say, hey, pass me a Kleenex. I'll be honest. Oh my gosh. Uh-oh. live stream was The Queen in Chains. Oh, it's a BDSM episode. Alright, everything looks like it's still working okay. The stream was kind of freezing on my screen. The second one, yeah. Sorry, Quack. Unfortunately, that is why a lot of people end up in Rochester. So I feel for you. You know, I'll be honest, I don't think I've ever, full disclosure, I have never eaten tater tot hot dish. I do like myself some tater tots. I do like certain forms of hot dish. But a lot of it's pretty gross for me. I'm kind of a picky eater. Or I'm like a basic eater, I guess, more than picky. So yeah, but it is one of those things. It's like tater tot hot dish, lutefisk. There's like things that are traditionally Minnesota as far as food goes, and I do think that those things need to be. Sometimes I think you gotta let the, you gotta pull a Kylo Ren. You gotta let the past die, and I think tater tot hot dish, lutefisk, some of the disgusting foods that we ate in Minnesota during the Depression, it's okay for those things to go away, you know? You're from Cali? So you got good food. You know, culturally, you inherited a lot of really good food. And Southerners, soda, they call all soda Coke. That's weird. That is weird. I'll fight for soda being pop. Like, I do say pop. I mean, it's weird being from Minnesota though, because we do have a lot of, and we've, like, since the 70s, we've had a lot of cultural immigration. I mean, like the end of the 60s, the start of the 70s, we had more Hmong immigration to the Twin Cities than anywhere else in the country. I think anywhere else in the world. We have a huge we just have, I blanked for a second, but we've just, over many decades, we've had a lot of very diverse cultural immigration to the Twin Cities. So the pronunciations of things, sort of those cultural foods like the tater tot hot dish and things like that, they're not as prevalent as like the stereotypes kind of make you believe. In the Twin Cities, I constantly hear people say pop, people say soda, people say soda pop. Like, there's no standard. There's no like, oh, everybody here says pop. Like, it doesn't work that way. Have I tried Denny's? Yes. I have eaten a lot of Denny's in my day, my friend.
Stand by for orders from the Regent. The Queen is now in chains. A new dynasty.
Yeah, Spooky, the Mexican food, the couple times I've been out to LA, the Mexican food has been, and I'm talking like, and this is, I mean, granted, this is kind of I guess I don't know what the rest of the country's like, but we in Minnesota, like the food truck industry has really started blowing up over the last 5, 6, 7 years.
The Regency commissioned me to explain and demonstrate
But
your new
I remember going to LA,
power is less,
and
of course, than the giant machine located at Revolution.
this was my experience. In LA, there were like a grade, like basically like a grade of the restaurant as far as I think the food, the like Department of whatever, I can't think of the word, would assign a grade to the establishment. I think it was about like sanitation, about cleanliness, things like that. It wasn't like a Yelp review. But everywhere I went that was an A was perfectly fine. But everywhere I went that was like a D was like the best Mexican food I've ever had. It was like weird little hole in the walls, and the rating would be up behind the counter, and it would be like we're barely able to be open as far as like the health department goes. Like they're barely allowing us to be open. That food was always so good. So we don't really have that as far as certain foods. We have perfectly good Mexican food. We have perfectly good Asian food, but we don't, in my opinion, as far as like down and dirty street level hole in the wall places go, we don't have that great Mexican food, that great Asian food. But that's just me.
They'll never talk over that thing again.
And to be fair, I also have to factor in where am I willing to go for food. That's also a factor. There's probably great places around town that are a little too far away for me to bother with, so it's also worth pointing that out to anybody who is in the Twin Cities.
Tag him for revival. Send this one for the lion pit.
Duluth is a good town. There's definitely some places to go in Duluth, but it's it is what it is. You go a few times and you're kind of out of stuff to do. No offense, Duluth.
Tag him for an extra heavy electric charge.
Carbonated soda. Oh yeah. Have yourself a carbonated soda. Oh, can I get you anything? Can I get you a 7-Up, or can I get you I don't know, can I get you a Mountain Dew? Yeah, I will say, Quack, I do love Minnesota. I do love where I'm from.
Lion pit.
I condemn you to
I like the gross summers. I mean, you got nice days mixed in, but you get some pretty nasty muggy summer days. And you get the coldest days in the coldest recorded temperatures in the continental United States are in Tower, Minnesota. If you're ever curious and you want to go in the dead of winter to Tower, Minnesota, it has the coldest temperatures recorded in the continental United States. It's also where the Hockey Hall of Fame is. So for hockey fans out there.
We've got to get to the control room.
So what is tater? Let me pull up the recipe. Can you hear my neighbor pruning his tree right outside the window? Of course, the one time I need to do a live stream. Easy tater tot hot dish. All right, here we go. The American Hockey Hall of Fame. Well, it's what we got, dude. Tater tot hot dish is a quick, no-fuss crowd pleaser. This tasty, family-friendly recipe that layers ground beef, mixed veggies, and tater tots in a rich and cheesy sauce. Prepping is a breeze, and you can cut your work down to almost nothing if you use frozen mixed vegetables. That's what I like to hear. Cutting my work down. Hot dish is another name for a casserole, and most have some kind of starch as a central ingredient. In this simple recipe, tater tots are center stage. Not only are they bite-sized and pre-cooked potato tidbits easy to work with, requiring no prepping, they are delicious and always a favorite with kids. Who am I kidding? Adults too. So there you go. It's meat, veggies, tater tots, and cheese. It's just that simple.
Now, my good queen, you will see some of your faithful followers enjoy the very depth to which
These folks remind you of the Coneheads.
Build up 200,000 volts.
He will narfle the Garthak! Yeah, I know Coneheads references. Coneheads movie references, thank you. Narfle the Garthak. You think I don't know Coneheads references? Please.
Thus we have the end of your royal council. In honor of your good friend Mel, we shall witness his end from the television screen. See? Mel is entering the death chamber. Why don't you look? This is the last time you will ever see your faithful senator. Execute!
Do I like Digimon? I can't say that I've ever taken the dive into anything Digimon, the cards, the show. I don't know anything about Digimon.
A queen is not afraid of death.
Not even a slow death?
Sometimes I feel I have to run away.
Not even that. Lead me away.
I saw that movie in the theater. Whoa!
They're taking the queen to her death at rebel headquarters. We've got to save her. But how are you going to do it? I'll get to rebel headquarters through the...
They do. There are definitely a lot of Plan 9 vibes, especially in the...
Climb through the window to the control room.
I can never remember their names. Mariarinans. Mariarinans.
In the center of the control board.
Can never remember. Marania is the name of the place or something, right? We've watched, are we on episode 11 or 12? We've watched so much of this, and I cannot get that name into my brain.
Needy.
It's more like Plan 4 1/3. Thank you. Meanie. Oh, I killed him.
58, 59, 60.
It's like when the zombie in Night of the Living Dead knocks Barbara's brother. What's Barbara's brother's name? Grabs him and they wrestle, and then he knocks him down and he cracks his head on the tombstone. They're coming to get you, Barbara. What's the brother's name? Johnny? It's Johnny, isn't it? It's Johnny.
The disintegrator is capable of reducing this.
That was going to be embarrassing if I knew more about Coneheads than I did about Night of the Living Dead. That was going to be very embarrassing. He's finally got his universe-destroying Atom Smasher up and running, and he's going to blast it in the Queen's face. That seems like overkill.
Now, if the ray would turn on you, you would be suffering pain. But all feeling would stop the moment the notch was turned to this, because you would be paralyzed. Now the very atoms of your body would be disintegrated.
Yeah, I guess tackling them, as soon as you get them to the ground, it's like touch rules football. That's not touch rules, because you're tackling them. Never mind. But yes, as soon as you tackle them to the ground, they're done. You know, I don't remember the, I really only remember the Coneheads movie. I don't remember the skits all that well. I remember, like, bits and pieces from the actual skits.
We gotta open the trap door and let Gene into Rebel headquarters.
Well, I forgot what switch he said.
Maybe it's this one.
Popcorn, nachos, my God.
How can you close a switch that's already closed? You've done the wrong thing.
Yeah, Aykroyd's crazy. There's no doubt about that. But, he's, you know, he's mostly a harmless crazy, so I don't mind it. He's not hurting anybody.
We've got to find the switch that opens the trap door. What are we going to do? Let's try all of them.
He does have his own. I have his vodka, as a matter of fact. Hold on. As a matter of fact, don't let nothing hold you back. If the Scat Man can do it, brother, so can you. I'm the Scat Man. I'll show you. She's a little dusty, because she hasn't come off the shelf in a while. But there is some Dan Aykroyd Crystal Head vodka. This is the full bottle, the full-sized skull. Oh, hell yeah. Still got a little in there. Should I try a little sip? A little sniff? This is a bad idea. Just a little sip. Oof. I think I'd rather drink that Mellow Yellow concoction. Oh, boy. No thanks. But she is a beaut. She is a beaut. Woo! What else? Nut water. Ladies and gentlemen, water. Oof. I gotta start, I can't be, like, wasted at 2:30 in the afternoon. That's embarrassing. I'll have to walk down to the gas station and get a coffee. Throat. My throat. It's dry in here. I've had a cold for a week and a half. I haven't warmed up. You know, I'll say this. We got a song an episode for like the first, what, 8 episodes? And now it is few and far between, and I'm a little disappointed in that. I know, Spooky. I made my choices, and I'm living with them. I never said I never said this was anybody's fault but mine. All I'm saying is I gotta course correct a little bit right now. And, make some plans for the rest of the day, so. It's the end of Marania. This is it. I didn't think we were going to get through the whole thing today, but we're just going for it. I love it. Lord Argo, victorious leader of the revolution, captures Queen Tika and condemns her to death. Gene Autry learns that the queen is in mortal danger, fearlessly hurries to the rescue. Queen Tika, sentenced by Argo, is saved by Autry, and I could not read the bottom of that. Oscar and Pete are delightful, who unwittingly open a trap door, pitching Autry headlong into something.
Hey, I'm getting out of here.
These guys had to have had the most fun. What do these guys smell like after riding horses, being inside robot exoskeletons, and getting electrocuted? It ain't good, I'll tell you that. It ain't good. I'll be honest, I never heard of this series before I ended up finding the tapes. Boom. Yeah, I had never heard of it before, but picked it up on a whim, my friend. And I'm glad I did, because so far it's been the first tape in a while that we haven't had copyright K Ites Ray issues with. And by the way, since we're starting episode 12, I will say that because of copyright K Ites Ray issues with YouTube, we will probably start doing fewer of these VHS watch streams and more of the Super Nintendo and Super Game Boy retro gaming live streams. You know, really the live streams more than anything. No floppy rights.
The Queen has escaped.
Since
For the control room.
it has been so much of an issue, and with watching the VHS tapes, even very publicly domain tapes, they keep being issues. The system here on YouTube is being abused by a lot of people, and we should have every right to watch these videos. And like this one has been no problem at all. Others are issues, and they shut the stream down because of it. So, and really the live streams more than anything are, the whole point is to create a place for us to get together and hang out and shoot the shit. And that's really all it exists for. And if I could do it with no theme whatsoever, if I could make it just like
Back from that door.
this, and it's just us hanging out and having a good time, great. That's really not how live streams tend to work, though, especially on my very, 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 very small-time YouTuber standing. So you kind of have to have something we're doing. So I think we probably will move towards the gaming live stream, the retro gaming live streams, as our way of getting to hang out, you know? So we'll see. Super Game Boy has color unlike regular. Well, it has the same number of colors as the regular Game Boy, but you can like change them to. You can use different color palettes basically with the Super Game Boy. What game am I planning on playing next live stream? That I don't know. We'll maybe throw that out for all of you to maybe decide that a little bit. I'll throw out some options. Yeah, there's definitely a lot of people claiming ownership over stuff that they definitely don't own. There's a lot of that going on right now. So even thinking you're safe with public domain stuff like this, you never know what's going to get claimed, and you really don't have any ability to fight it. So this will be something that moves into a different... I still want to do stuff like this, but it's going to probably move into safer avenues. I guess I'll put it that way. You enjoyed the old game streams? I appreciate that. Well, you'll be happy to have them back. I think I'll be happy to have them back too. Oh my God, the film is melting. Is this gonna have a horrifically sexist ending where like the Queen escapes and falls in love with Gene Autry, and then she decides she wants to be his like housewife and just have kids and like make him dinner? Well, Gray, that's the thing, is sometimes even video games get you in trouble if somebody has copywritten maybe the music from a video game. That happens. But really the trick is you have to be able to submit to YouTube a very clear piece of content that you own the rights to, like video content. So if somebody submits to them a clip from a movie and they say, I own this, YouTube just automatically watches for that piece of information, that cold, heartless piece of information. If it's a video game, video games don't always play identically to each other. You couldn't necessarily lay my playing Mario on top of someone else's playing Mario and have them match perfectly. And that's what YouTube is looking for. It's looking for a match. So it's one of those things. It's weird. I love that they're just melting like a picture of the city, and that's their like it's being destroyed. Oh, gross! No, Queen Tika, no!
It was sure a narrow escape, all right, Gene, but it was worth it. I learned a lot of new scientific things.
I'm going back to Morania someday and see what's left.
I'm afraid there isn't very much left of the city, but we'll probably find enough radium to make us all rich. It's under our ranch property. Look, it's our Junior Thunder Riders Club, and they got the sheriff with them.
Yeah, I guess so much for Queen Tika's redemption. I thought for sure, I suppose maybe that's more of a modern idea of the redeeming of the villain.
I've got some business with Professor Beetson and the rest of those scientists to attend to before risking a trip to jail. Good luck, Gene.
Frankie! That's it! Hey,
are you?
We've had a terrible experience.
Tell us about it. All of Morania was destroyed.
We had a terrible
I don't
experience.
believe anything about this Morania business. Where's Gene Autry?
Oh, we're getting one more song. You better believe, LUV.
You mean Gene was killed too?
I'm sorry. I know how you feel. Perhaps it's just as well I'd have had to arrest him for your father's murder. Maybe we'd better get back to the ranch. Come on, boys.
Something's gone wrong with this electric scope, or else there's been a terrific disturbance in the underground kingdom.
What do you mean?
Where'd you go, Groovy?
After it's moved 3,000 feet.
3,000 feet.
You know we lock the doors here once the movie starts.
We're through until we know that we're going to get our share of the profit.
And what makes you think you're going to share in the profits? You're getting salaries?
All right. If you won't divide up, we're quitting. You're making a mistake, Beeson. Suppose I should tell the sheriff who killed Tom Baxter.
They won't.
The dirty double cross.
So what have we learned in 12 episodes? We've learned women are irredeemably evil. We've learned scientists are greedy,
We'd better get back to the radio
murderers.
ranch before someone thinks
We've
we have
learned
something to do with it.
cultures different from yours should be destroyed. We've learned Gene Autry is a heck of a guy. I think that's it. I think those are all the lessons that I have taken away.
Who shot you?
Who shot you?
You might as well tell me.
It was,
We've also learned not to mix orange Fanta and peppermint schnapps. We've learned that lesson the hard way.
Gene. That's him now. You wait here and keep your eyes open for the sheriff.
You didn't see all... Yeah, I mean, you don't get the full experience. You'll have to go back and watch the Part 1 live stream, unfortunately, to really get all the lessons. We've learned dynamite was everywhere in the 30s. We've learned Oscar and Pete. It's criminal the fact that they were not given their own spin-off series.
Are you sure?
Absolutely sure in my own mind. And I'm certain that one of them killed your father. But I must have proof.
Well, how are you going to get it?
I'll slip out through the secret passage, get my horse, ride in time for the broadcast. And while it's going on...
When am I going to do the NES haul? I'm guessing it'll probably be sometime... Oh, we got a song coming, but I think it'll be sometime this coming week. It's the next episode that I want to film. Because, yeah, I can't sit on that haul for very long.
Before I go into a broadcast, folks, I've got a little information that I'm sure will be of interest to all of you. Some time ago, you had the unfortunate experience of being real ear witnesses to a real murder during one of our broadcasts. But our
Autry, he's broadcasting.
We also learned To the Rescue.
But before he passed away, he told me who shot him. It was the same man that killed Tom Baxter. And his name...
Start playing.
I dreamed I rode to heaven, sitting on a bale of hay. I got off on
Our hero is having a gunfight while performing a musical number. Folks, they don't make them like this anymore. My stomach ain't great, Spooky. My stomach ain't great. Yeah, I got news for you, Groovy. I paid out the nose for that haul. It's a lot more than I've paid for a haul in a long, long time, but I jumped on it. I saw it literally in the couple minutes after the guy posted it. And when I went to pick it up, he said people were... he had more than a few people that were desperate for it. So it was all luck that I happened to be the first guy to contact him, and the guy happened to be an honorable guy. But yeah, I'll definitely do a haul for that pretty quick here. Best haul in a long time. Oh, I love you.
You're going back with me and tell him who killed Tom Baxter.
I don't know anything about it.
You know plenty. Sharp told me everything before he died.
Sure, I killed Tom Baxter. But how are you going to prove it? You'll never make the sheriff believe you didn't do it.
I think you're wrong there, partner.
I'm Gene Autry.
That is, if Frankie learned anything about television down in Urania. All right, get moving. Let's go.
Well, that sure clears Gene. But how did you ever figure out this television thing?
Well, I've been working on it for a long time. And all I've needed is this little gadget. And I brought it from the Morania that you wouldn't believe in.
This teeny tiny portable gadget.
A long, long time ago, as all you folks should know, Uncle Noah built himself an ark. For 40 days and nights, the rain was sure a fright. The animals nearly tore his ark apart. The horses and cattle and fowls of the air, even the lions.
Everybody shut up.
Quack, woof. They all said who? All were there in Uncle Noah's ark. And that, folks, ends the last broadcast of a hectic season. I hope that the Junior Thunder Rider Club all over the country and their friends have enjoyed our broadcast. Because next year, we'll all be with you again. You could come up to Radio Ranch. We'll all go back to Urania with Frankie and Betsy. Radio Ranch signing off, wishing you all happiness and good luck.
I'm not gonna lie. Junior G-Men, starring the Dead End Kids. Oh, hell yeah. I think we got to do that, right? I'm gonna have to track that down. Don't call that number. For a complete Rhino video catalog. Woo! That serial was way more entertaining than I ever expected that it could be. I gotta be honest. Oh. You don't know. I mean, I'm not saying call that number, but I'm saying that probably is a number for something at this point. I need to use the facility, and then I'll be right back. Oh.
Kindergarten. Yeah. Go kindergarten. Yeah. Okay. Thank you.
Yep. I'm back, ladies and gentlemen. Well, I'm back, ladies and gentlemen. Broke the seal, that's right. No, Groovy. It was a number 1. Yeah, I gotta say, I mean, we had issues with, I gotta get, so this is the, this camera has known issues with the focal length. And I was just looking online the other day, and apparently what people do is they get, like, reading glasses, and they pop the lens out, and they put it on the camera, and it changes the focal length. Because this should all be in focus, and it's like real weird, dreamlike looking. I don't like it, but in any case, what was I saying? Yes, we tried to watch. What did we try to watch? Zombies of the Stratosphere, and we got Copyright K, Otis Nays, and then we put this one in, and this one worked just fine. And I gotta say, I think we made out like bandits, because Phantom Empire was a ton of fun. I loved it. Was that? Yes, it was. She just got home. How long? Wait, what? How long do we think he's been holding it? No, I mean, I don't hold it. Like, if I gotta go, I go. So this was just the first moment that I went, oh, you know what? Yeah, I gotta go. So I don't hold it, folks. I mean, I hold it till I get to the bathroom, but I mean, I'm not antsy to go. If you needed to know that. Will we ever get a tape wall tour? I mean, yes, for sure. I'm just always, the problem is I'm always like I feel like the walls are always in transition, you know? So part of me is always like, well, I want to wait till it's like as good as it can be. And then it's always changing. So then it's like I never get around to it. So, and then also this is, my wife is working from home right now with all the quarantining stuff. So the room has been a little less photogenic, I guess, than it normally would be. So who knows? But yes, I would like to do a more slow, thorough room tour at some point soon. I did a room tour a long time ago, at least a couple years ago, and it's changed a lot since then. So it's definitely time for an update. Yeah, I did one a few years ago. I would say this, that tour that I did back in the day, I think the walls and I think the room have improved substantially since then. So the next one should be pretty cool. My throat is so dry. Have I seen Miami Connection? I have. I don't think so. I feel like I have, just because I've watched so many other people talk about it, that it feels like I have, but I don't think I've ever actually watched any of it. I should say that, although I don't know if I want to make a video about this, because I am trying to work some semi-current things into the discussion on on the channel. You know, I talked about the Tron 3, which I'm optimistic for. But I'm trying to work in those sort of like slightly more trending, slightly more current discussion videos into. But we actually watched Terminator Dark Fate last night, and the whole time I was watching it, I kept thinking, like, this is good. Like, this is okay. But it's like, if you had taken this piece, this piece on the chessboard and put it over here, you would have been able to make a much better play. If you had done this and turned it a little bit this way, you would have been able to do something much more interesting with it. It was like a movie filled with good ideas and poor execution of those ideas. So I almost want to do a video that's basically like my how I would the how you could take that movie and turn the ideas in it just a little bit, one way or the other, and make a much better movie out of it. I didn't hate it. I thought it was good. I thought it was perfectly fine. Fine in the best sense of the word. But it wasn't great. And I do think that there's the potential to be great with that movie. So it was kind of disappointing when it kind of kept not being great. It kept almost being really good. So we'll see. We'll see. I think maybe I will just do a video down the road. Not that it's particularly topical now. The movie has come and gone, and I think most people don't even care about it anymore. But sometimes it's like I just want to talk about something, and I want to get that. I want to get it. Instead of rambling endlessly about it, it's like I want to distill all my thoughts down into a script and like talk about it like very succinctly and say like, here it is, A, B, C, D. These are my thoughts. And I think that's the kind of thing that I want to do with Dark Fate, because I feel like if I just rambled about it, I could ramble about it for 2 hours and nobody wants that. Like I could explain my thoughts about it in 5 minutes if I do like a nice tight video. It's a hard flick for me to judge. I suspected it wasn't great, but it was so much better than every other sequel since Judgment Day that it skewed how much I liked it. I don't disagree with that. T3 is a movie that I think kind of falls into the same category as Dark Fate, which is it's a movie where there are good ideas and it's more the execution that failed more than the ideas that failed. So I almost put, I think if you got, if I really sat down and thought about it, I think I would probably put Dark Fate above T3, but I think they're neck and neck. I think you can make a case in some ways for one versus the other. The fire truck scene in T3 was a great action set piece. It maybe hasn't aged quite as well as T2. The intro to T... that's the thing. T3, there are a lot of things to like about T3. There's just pieces of it that are pretty lame, especially now. So it's really hard to say. I do think that they are in some ways neck and neck with each other as far as a solid Terminator sequel. Nothing compares to T2, and I think that's another problem. So the newest one is worth a watch. Yes, I watched it for the first time last night, and it is definitely worth a watch. I think some of the only thing that kept taking me out of the action is the evil Terminator, the Rev 9, does this. He'll like leap. He'll be running like the T-1000, and then all of a sudden he'll go, whoo, and he'll leap, and it becomes very CG. Whenever he leaps like 2 stories into the air, it becomes super CG looking, and it breaks the flow of the action. If you can like kind of mentally ignore those moments, those scenes are great. Talking about Dark Fate, Genesis was garbage. Garbage was like one gigantic eye roll. I saw that one in the theater, and that was the one that basically told me I was never going to see a Terminator movie in the theater again. And I sort of regret not seeing Dark Fate in the theater now that I've seen it. It was very good. Or it was good. It was solidly good. But yeah, there's a lot to like in Dark Fate, so I'll probably, but it is a failure of it's a failure of potential more than anything. So I do want to talk about the potential that I see in the movie and how it failed, and how you could have turned it a little bit this way and realized maybe that potential from my perspective. Obviously, it's always from my own perspective. T4 is an inverse of that. Well executed, but poor story. More or less. When you say T4, do you mean Salvation or do you mean Genesis? Because I would say Genesis was kind of a failure of both idea and execution myself. I really didn't like Genesis. I'm guessing Genesis hurt Dark Fate more than anything, because the opening I don't think is what sunk it, because people didn't know the opening going in. And yes, Roddy, the Sarah Connor the Sarah Connor Chronicles, I liked a lot. I think it's better to look at it as separate, as this whole other thing. But I remember watching the premiere, and I loved the premiere. I think I kind of fell out of the show somewhere along the way, but it is worth watching. Yeah, Salvation. I never saw Salvation, so I can't totally judge that one. I've seen, I've obviously heard people talk about it, and I've seen parts of it. But yeah, Genesis is just the worst. But I don't think... I think really Dark Fate was hurt more by Genesis than anything. I think if you get Sarah Connor back, and they did a lot as far as the marketing and setting it up. I think they did as much as they could to erase the stain of Genesis, but I don't even think there are a couple okay ideas in Genesis, but it was just so badly, I don't know. I guess I can't even say that I like the ideas. It's a mess. Genesis is such a mess. I have heard Christian Bale freaking out. Yes. The, oh, good for you. You and I are done professionally, Billy. No. No. He's in the background. I can't remember what he says now. But yeah, it is something. Well, I suppose we just hit the 3rd hour, so I suppose we'll probably call it a day. But yeah, that was the Phantom Empire. I really thought this was going to be 3 parts, since it was 12 episodes. And I think we only made it through, I guess, last live stream we did have trouble with the copyright K issues. So I guess we started a couple things and stopped, and then we finally got to the thing. But yeah, I thought we would be doing a part 3 of Phantom Empire, but we got through it, baby. And it was a ton of fun. I highly recommend it. I'll have to look for it, see if there is a higher quality version of it on DVD or something. Maybe somebody got their hands on a higher quality print of it or something along the way. We'll see. But I definitely would like to find it on a higher quality and watch it through again, because obviously also we're talking and distracted, and it would be fun to watch it. Do you think Arnold couldn't save Genesis B? Nah. No, I don't think Terminator is dependent on Arnold at this point. So I think if you just give us I don't know what you do with Terminator nowadays, honestly. But yeah, I think you could do a good Terminator without Arnold. I just don't know what that is. I don't know how you move forward. I think it should have stopped at Terminator 2. I think it was a perfect double feature. I think Terminator 2 had the most perfect ending to any movie, which was, if a Terminator can understand the value of human life, maybe we can too. And that's it. That's where the series should have ended. That is the greatest ending of all time. And the problem is they keep going. And I have definitely taken that the point of view of the real movies stop at T2, and everything after T2 is fan fiction. It's everything after T2 is like fun what if scenarios, basically. I will definitely check into High Kicks. We'll see. I have to have the tape to play it, so I'll have to look into it. Is that a cut box ticks? Uh-oh. Uh-oh. The stream is doing a lot of starting and stopping. That right there? That is a cut box ticks, my friend. Oh boy. Yeah, I don't know. I don't think Terminator's ever done, because I think Terminator is a recognizable brand, and they will always default back to recognizable brands. But in any case, I suppose we'll wrap things up. Thank you, everybody, so much for hanging out, and I don't know what I was going to say. As always, subscribing and liking and commenting and all the support that everybody gives to the channel. Those of you who are patrons, obviously, huge thank you to you too. Are you a fan of cut boxes? I'm a fan of rentals. I'm a fan of X rental tapes. This line right here, that line, they are all cut box X rentals because I think that I like tapes with stories, and I think X rentals lived the most interesting lives of any VHS tapes, and I think they have stories. They contain stories. Even if we don't know the stories, they lived stories, and I appreciate that. So in any case, yes, thank you, everybody. Thank you. And I will see you next time. I'll post, we'll probably do like some Super Nintendo. Maybe I'll do a poll to decide what game we play on Super Nintendo on the next live stream, and we will, we'll go from there. No promises of any times, but I will always let you know ahead of time. So